All right, to some of our headlines now at 4 o'clock. With reports of anti-Semitism on the rise, state lawmakers are taking action.
Yeah, they're considering a bill to further protect Jewish students in the classroom and on campus. Our Rich Nye is live at the State House today, where this afternoon a House committee is hearing public testimony on this bill. Rich?
Jenny and Dustin, that testimony continues right now in the House chambers. This bill is introduced by State Representative Chris Jeter. He's a Republican from Fishers, and he says that this bill is even more necessary this year than it was just a year ago. The bill passed the House last year, but then died in the Senate. But he says the Hamas attack on Israel and then the subsequent reaction, the hateful reaction to the Israel versus Gaza war on campuses across the country have highlighted the need for passage of this legislation. The House Education Committee is considering the bill this afternoon and hearing public testimony, with 45 people signed up to testify. The bill would define anti-Semitism for educational purposes, recognizing anti-Semitism as discrimination on the basis of religion. The definition is one that is already adopted by the U.S. Department of Education, and it reads, anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews, which may be expressed as hatred toward Jews. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and/or their property, toward Jewish community institutions and religious facilities.
A definition of anti-Semitism is desperately needed, and using the IHRA definition is the right thing to do, as it is the most widely accepted definition of anti-Semitism, and it will help to address the issues and the extreme marginalization that Jewish students face due to anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism on campus.
We are one of an embarrassingly small number of states in the United States that no longer has a law that defines Jew hatred.
Opponents say the legislation would restrict free speech that is critical of the country of Israel and its actions and policies, like the war in Gaza. But the bill specifically says this does not include criticism of Israel similar to that leveled against any other country. We also heard this afternoon from several students at campuses across the state of Indiana who say they have experienced anti-Semitism on campus and say that is another reason why defining it is so important in passing this legislation.
Yeah, they say this is desperately needed. Will it actually carry any criminal implications?
No, this is not about any kind of definition of a crime or criminal involvement in the criminal justice system or law enforcement of hate crimes. This is specifically to protect and prevent discrimination on campuses in the educational setting. Again, last year it passed the House 97-0, but then died in the Senate. Of course, Jenny and Dustin, a lot has changed around the world involving Jewish people since last year.
Yeah, certainly the war in Gaza, things we've seen, unfortunate incidents across the country. All right, we'll see what happens this time. Rich reporting live for us. Thank you.